professional, it cost all of $100. So the mic on my computer died, and this was cheaper than having the computer fixed. Plus, I've been told I have a face for radio anyway, so it just kind of goes with the whole deal.
You definitely have the voice for it.
Thank you.
Yeah, he had that voice even before he got the mic.
Looking forward to the Leander podcast.
Oh, is that a thing?
I was just about to say he sounds like he has a podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, I've been a guest on several recently, but have not chased my own. Although I think Flywheel's got something coming up the next day or two about video podcasts that I'm going to sit in and listen to. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We recorded our first podcast right before the stay-at-home order. We had one microphone, so we haven't been able to figure that out. But
yes, so Rick, Hustle is live now.
The mic on my.
Sorry about that. Hustle is live now.
Okay. Yes, I was just gonna say, I think I went live, so you should be able to find it. And Rick, yes, Flywheel is hosting a Jumpstart this Thursday with Eric Green from Open Media Lab. He'll do a quick presentation on that. I want to say 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, he did a month-long series for Marketing Outside the Box, and we still have that content as well. If you find that you need more than what you get on Thursday, we're happy to share.
Okay, terrific. Thanks.
That he sent out. Let's see.
As a matter of fact, Magley, since the Small Business Center is part of a statewide network, I get an email several times a day from my colleagues. And one of them last week was asking if we knew somebody who could teach about podcasting. So I quickly replied, yes, EA Green can do it. And so they connected. I can't remember which Small Business Center it was, but they connected. So hopefully I don't know if it'll be virtual or they're going to wait until they can do it face to face, but he's working on something. I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. We're going to go ahead and get started. I know we have maybe 8 people on the call now, and we're waiting for quite a few more, but I want to make sure that I explain the difference in the purpose of this month's Marketing Outside the Box. I'm sorry, computers.
Yeah, I just find the link, finding what the specific thing was to get to the Zoom.
You had trouble with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll talk about that just a little bit today as well, because we did it a little differently than we normally do. And then we'll jump right into this and make the most of the time. So
it says register, and that I think.
You said it says register and what?
Oh yeah, it says, the button says register instead of like join.
Right, so and that's a security measure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it takes you just a second. I'll shut up now.
No, you're fine. So yes, as soon as you click that register Zoom link, it'll just ask you for your name and email address, and that just gives you access to the Zoom. So that way you can pre-register and just get a reminder on the day of and just join. Or if you decide to register moments before we start, you do the same thing, but it'll give you access immediately as well. And we're doing that because I'm not sure if you know, but Zoom has been having, various security issues. And that's one of the measures that they are encouraging that we do to avoid having those issues.
Gotcha.
But I want to take a quick moment, of course, welcome everyone. And we won't do introductions today, and I know we'll have a few more people joining us, and welcome to everybody that's joining us on Facebook Live as well. For those who are familiar with us, we do Marketing Outside the Box every week, where we typically have a series for the month that we focus on. And this month we are doing marketing audits, but instead of just teaching the content directly throughout the month, what we decided to do was allow businesses to send information to us, and then we'll give them some time to share some information with you. And the Hustle team, as well as you all here as our guests, will be able to participate in the audit. of that particular business. So we're starting with one business today. Before I hand it over to Tony, who's on the Hustle team to do that process, I do still want to give you some nuggets and golden notes that you can take along with you. And I'll do this each week. Each week I'll share something as it relates to doing marketing audits for you and your business that you can hopefully apply, because we like to provide you with information that you can immediately apply to your business within the week, so that when you join us next week, you have something more you can benefit from with your business. So I'll start briefly by sharing something that we put out in our marketing material about marketing audits, and it's just letting you know what a marketing audit is. And it's basically a thorough review of your marketing plan, your objectives, your strategies, and the current activities being executed in your business. So the goal of the marketing audit is to see what's working and what isn't, so you can identify areas for improvement. So a successful marketing audit will help you pinpoint your marketing strengths and weaknesses to help you make solid decisions about where to put your resources in the future. And like we said on the flyer, if you don't conduct marketing audits on a regular basis, you could literally be throwing dollars out of the window. And I want to share just quickly 5 reasons to conduct a marketing audit in your business. And these are not from me directly, although I agree with all of them. This is from an organization known as The Balance, as it relates to small businesses. And these are just 5 quick reasons. If you want to write it down, once again, I'm not providing a presentation, so I encourage you to take notes, or you can always go back to the Facebook Live video and get these notes. But 5 quick reasons as to why you should conduct a marketing audit in your small business. Reason number 1 is to realign your marketing activities with your goals. Many entrepreneurs are so concerned with executing the day-to-day responsibilities of running a small business that we lose sight of the big picture and the business's long-term goals. When this happens, it can be difficult to recall why a specific marketing strategy was implemented, or determine if the business is executing it successfully. So marketing audit is a way to take a step back, return to your original business plan or your revamped business plan and marketing plan, and ensure that your daily activities that you are executing support your business goals. So that's reason number 1, to realign your marketing activities with your goals. Reason number 2 is to see what isn't working. A marketing audit helps businesses owners explore all of the marketing activities currently being implemented while evaluating if those activities are successful. This is a time to look at your business with an objective eye, armed with facts and data gathered from your research. It's an opportunity to make judgment calls on marketing areas where your business is underperforming. Then you can make informed decisions about how to improve activities or employ new tactics to achieve greater success in all of your marketing efforts. So reason number 2, to see what isn't working. Reason number 3 is to gain exposure to new ideas and different strategies. So a marketing audit requires a significant amount of research into your business as well as external factors. Although it may not be a primary reason for conducting an audit, the research process can be an excellent way to discover new ideas to try in your business. A good example of this is during your research, you may find that one of your competitors is doing something that you never thought of doing. With a few modifications and adding your own strategy to it, you can develop new marketing activities that have tremendous potential for you and your business. So reason number 3, gain exposure to new ideas and different strategies. Reason number 4 is just 2 more, I promise. Reason number 4 is to gain in-depth insight into your competition. Successful marketing requires an in-depth understanding of several factors, including the market, your target audience, and your competition. A marketing audit is a great way to dig into who your competition is. By exploring the strengths and weaknesses of your competitors, you can improve the way you approach your audience. Knowing what they're doing well will help you plan on how to do it better so your business can rise to the top. So reason number 4 is to get in-depth insight into your competition. And the final reason is the reason I already shared, is to save time and money in the long run. Without this kind of regular check-in, you may be unconsciously wasting time and money, not just on your marketing strategies, but literally in your business. So conducting a marketing audit, because we at Hustle and in general, we know as entrepreneurs, marketing is a key part of your business. So doing that regular check-in can help maximize your marketing investment and help you focus on what works for your business. And before I hand it over to Tony, I want to stress that a marketing audit generally involves reviewing all of your existing business documents for clarity on your goals and plans, and compile a list of strategies that can be executed, getting insight and input from key personnel in your organization and your business, conducting research into external factors, not just your competition, but the market, the economy, the industry. We love SWOT analysis, so doing a SWOT analysis, for those that may not be familiar, that's just your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, both from an internal, external standpoint with your business. All of that is what you would need for a successful marketing audit. For the purposes of marketing outside the box, this series, we won't be going that in depth. We'll do a simplified version of what I just explained. So we won't be pulling all of your business documents. We may talk about your goals and your plans a bit, but we won't be doing a full deep dive into your industry. We'll look at your market a little bit, but I want to make sure that I set the expectation with the limited time that we do have on what it is that we will be doing. It's a simplified version of a marketing audit, okay? So with that said, thank you for letting me ramble on for 10 minutes. With that said, I will give the floor over to Tony and Jennie Earle, who both talked to you today. Jennie Earle will have an opportunity to tell you about her business as well, because that is the business that we are auditing today. And Tony and I will do the majority of the auditing with feedback from the audience. And I will keep an eye on the chat and on the Facebook Live for feedback.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first thing that we're going to do 3 things today to conduct this audit. The first thing is that we're going to get real and authentic feedback from our audience, from the company that we're auditing, which is Jennie Earle. Then we're going to have Ms. Earle talk about her business. And then after that, we're going to open the floor to everybody so we can get a dialogue going about ways that we can help our fellow entrepreneur. Okay, does that sound good? Great. All right, so Jennie Earle has submitted her Facebook page, her Instagram page, her Pinterest profile, and her website. So I have some questions. I need y'all to utilize the chat for this part. Just so we can document all of the responses. If you do not feel comfortable giving your opinion, please feel free to go to the chat and change the sender, the to me or Magali, and then we can read your response. Okay, but we do ask that you be 100% honest with your opinion, because it helps our entrepreneur at the end of the day, even if it's something that you don't think they want to hear. All right?
And to that note, if you're on Facebook and you don't feel comfortable sharing your opinion in the Facebook Live, just send it directly to the Facebook Messenger, the Hustle Facebook Messenger, and I'll monitor that as well. That's an excellent point, Tony. Thank you.
Yes. So if we could just get everybody, the very first thing is, if you agree to all of that and you understand what I'm saying, if we could just get a okay in the chat and we can get started.
Jennie Earle says she can take it. But you're getting an okay from everybody.
Okay, great.
So far.
All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. I think, here we go. Okay, are we seeing her Facebook page?
Not yet. Yes, we are. Yes.
Great. Great. So the very first question, I'm going to do some slight scrolling and then ask the first question. Okay. And you are also open to just going on your own and going to our Facebook page as we go through this. And so the very first question is, what words come to mind when looking at this page?
And Tony, is it okay for them to just unmute themselves, or do you only want them to talk in the chat?
I would say if you do want to just speak it, yeah, that's fine. Jenny, if that's okay with you, however you want to document it, that's fine. Yeah, so if you just want to unmute it and say it as well, that's fine as well. But what words come to mind when looking at this profile? And I'll continue to scroll for you guys. Okay. Has
It
everybody
has a
answered?
very non-corporate feel.
Mhm.
I'll read some of the ones that are popping up in the chat as you scroll. Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, yes.
So we got the non-corporate feel. Not certain what they do. Strong women, inspiring. So those are some of the feedback I see so far.
Okay. The next question would be, who do you think they're marketing to with this Facebook page?
Women, farm, ranch, Western.
Are y'all seeing that? Okay.
Southern and Midwest women.
Okay. And then the next question is going to be, what is their message? Scratch that. I'm sorry. Do they have a message? And if they do, what is their message?
Do they have a message? And if they do, what is the message? Is that the question?
Yes. Yes. So you can say, I don't see a message. You could go along that line.
Someone says to me, message is not clear.
Okay. So next we're going to go to the Instagram page. And I'm just going to repeat those same questions. Okay, we're scrolling. And what words are coming to mind as we scroll and look at these images?
Modern. Clean, colorful. I have a Facebook comment that's a palm tree, and I don't know if that's in relation to this or if that was just an accident. But we have a comment that responds with a palm tree.
Okay. Are you getting a message from these images?
Someone said, now I understand what they are making and why. So this was from the same person that said that the message wasn't clear to them.
On Facebook.
The message wasn't clear to them on Facebook, but on Instagram, they say, now I understand what they are making and why.
Okay. And then who do you think they're marketing to on Instagram?
So on Facebook, we are also getting some responses that says chic, European, stylish. And then we have another comment about this being a cool idea for a marketing audit. It's not specific to our business. Thank you. I'll respond to that in a moment.
Is everybody good? We all caught up? I don't want to go too fast. I want to give you guys time.
I think we're
Okay.
good.
Okay. Next is the Pinterest page or profile. I don't know what it's called on Pinterest, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So who do you think is the market?
Women, people who wear bandanas, feels Western again. The previous page had a more modern aesthetic.
Sorry, y'all. I don't know why my computer is going so slow. Okay.
Western chic. Jennie Earle, are you getting this? I'm just reading it off. I'm not sure if you're getting this. And I can't see you since the screen is full.
Yes,
So.
I'm writing as you call them out.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, great. Keep it coming, guys.
On Facebook, we have a comment. We have a note, few women of color.
Okay. So, there we go. So we're gonna go next to the website. Oh, I'm sorry, to the Pinterest page. Also, what is their message? If you are getting any message from the Pinterest page, please note that or comment on that.
Someone said that they like the vintage pictures. Vintage pictures. Oh, that's kind of a tongue twister.
Okay.
And someone
And
on
so-
Facebook said nice colors.
Nice color. Okay. Now we're on to the website. So I do want to make note that although I already had it pulled up, the very first thing that I encountered was the ask to be added to the newsletter. Okay. And then it takes you to this page right here.
Now, are we asking the same 3 questions as we scroll?
No, I have some more questions.
Oh, okay.
I just want everybody to take it in. Again, you are completely welcome to go to jennieearle.com and scroll yourself. And then there is a video. In just a second. So before I play the video, question. Now that we've gone through all 4 platforms that were provided, what do you think the overall message of the company is?
This comment isn't about the message, but someone said that the pastels are cool. Well, pastels ... cool. So I think they're saying 2 different things there. And then they also said BFF. So I'm thinking that they think that's the message they're getting. It gives them a... Michael Banner is on Facebook, so I can't really ask him, can you clarify if I'm giving your response wrong? But those were his 3 words: pastels, cool, BFF. And hopefully he'll let me know if anything else, if that means something else. And I am sharing her website both on Facebook and in the chat if you want to visit her site. Go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry.
What makes this business unique? What are you getting from what we've shown you that makes this business unique?
Someone says, message is still unclear to me. I'm not getting how the courage, bravery statement connects to the product.
Okay, so I'm gonna play the video and then we're gonna answer some more questions, okay? This should work, right?
I
Playing
think
the
so.
video?
Whatever you play on your screen should play for us.
Okay, all
You might have
right,
to make sure your volume is all the way up.
okay.
Someone said good product shots. So I think they're referring to the pictures.
I mean, maybe it's gonna play.
I'm Jennie Earle. 6 years ago, I made the bold decision to start listening to my voice above all others.
It's very low, Tony.
What was good and right and true. That led me to this work.
You want to start it over? We missed all of it.
Talented for
Okay. Is it louder though now?
I'll let you know when you hit play.
Okay.
Hey y'all, I'm Jennie Earle.
Yes.
6 years ago, I made the bold decision to start listening to my own voice above.
It's breaking up. It's not. They may have to watch it on their own.
Okay.
It's
I
not.
decided I knew what was best for me, what was good, right, and true. That led me to this work. I made bandanas to use as talismans for courage and adventure. Hold and wear these bandanas to remind yourself how brave and strong you already are. And then you do the most courageous act of all. You listen closely to that beautiful, wild, curious heart of yours. I would walk into action on its behalf. Love your wildness. Respect your voice and your passions. If you see a path for yourself that no one else sees, it's up to you to blaze the trail. And I'm going to be right here rooting for you. So go on, be free, and attention span.
Tony, I do want you to know it wasn't clear through the Zoom.
Oh,
So that may impact some of the responses you get.
okay.
And I do want to share these other comments that came before we played the video.
Mm-hmm.
Non-threatening, high affinity, and by BFF, they meant friendshipy.
Gotcha.
And then also bandanas are a nice addition to women's attire. I just wanted to make sure I got those comments in as well.
Okay.
So you may have to, Jennie Earle or yourself may have to either explain the video a little bit more, or if people have a moment, they might have to look at it on their own device because it wasn't clear through that.
Okay. Well, let's do our best to answer. It was a great video, but she has other things that represent her marketing. So after we're looking at all of her platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and her website, what kind of brand personality are you getting from this company? So if this company was a person, how would you describe it?
There's a comment, and I'm wondering if this person is no, you're not part of Jennie Earle's team. It says, we provide ways for women to express their style and sense of empowerment. That was from Rick. Rick, I don't know if you want to speak to specifically if you were saying that's what you get, or did you pull that from her marketing material? If you want to unmute yourself and clarify.
Yeah, that was sort of in response to the question before the video, and it was just one of the senses that I got from the various graphics.
Got it. And then another comment to your current question, Tony. A few comments are, they're getting that she's my best friend who is there to support me and lift me up. Someone watched the video on their own, and overall, I like the video. I hadn't realized there were messages in the bandanas before. I would say that the last statements where you said you'd be there with us should be delivered a little stronger. Doesn't really read with conviction to me.
Again, thank you all for your honest opinions. And then the next question is, what does this company? Yes.
Sorry, I was gonna read the Facebook comments to the
Oh,
question.
yes, sorry, yes.
Really laid back, selling a lifestyle, subtle enhancement to attire, and stylish. Those were the comments from Facebook.
So based off what we've seen, what does this company believe in?
And once again, I want to stress that these questions are being asked from your perspective, just as a viewer who may be seeing this from the first time or you've seen it before. So what do you think this company believes in when you view these things? One response is women are strong. Individuality, empowerment, and resilience. No matter what you've been through, you're still here. Believe in yourself and keep on keeping on. Women can do anything. And from Facebook, support and unity.
Okay, so I'm gonna be scrolling through the Facebook, Instagram, and
I have one more comment to that question. It's now that I know there's messages in the bandana. Never mind, I think I read this already. No, now that I know there's messages in the bandanas, I'm a lot more interested in the product than I was before. I like that it feels personalized on the strength message, and the strength message comes through now.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be going through the Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And as I scroll, I want you to answer if any post draws you in and makes you want to engage. And if it doesn't, also, that's fine too. But either way, please make your answer be known.
So I viewed most of this beforehand, and I'm kind of going back and forth with comments. I haven't really shared some of my feedback yet, but I do know, oh, actually there go the post that I was going to talk about in just a moment. That post just being someone in that particular community immediately draws me in. This particular post that you're on right now,
Mm-hmm.
it immediately draws me in. It makes me want to engage more with the company.
Okay. Anybody else want to share? Or is there any comments?
I don't see any as of right now.
So even if there isn't anything, so you say there's nothing that makes you want to engage, also maybe pick one specifically and talk about why. Or if you can generalize, like this isn't, I don't think it's marketed towards me, all the above.
I was typing this out, but then I wasn't typing the post because it seems like it's pretty much it's not a woman in a particular box or so. They maybe lives in New York, and also somebody may live in Montana. So
Paul, you're going in and out. Can you repeat what you said?
hear me now?
Yes.
I was saying that the collection, the post as a collection together makes me want to engage with the brand because it's not putting.
It's not what? I think you said it's not what? He went back muted. Maybe he'll type it in. There was another comment. The one with the girl in the shorts looks a bit vintage French and catches my eye. And Paul said he will just type it. So we'll give him a second. Another comment from Facebook is, and I think they're referring to that same statement that I may have been referring to, that same image that I may be referring to. And it says that Black ideas matter.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't want to speak for that person, but I think that's the image, the particular image they're referring to.
Okay.
And I'll come back to Paul's statement when it's in there.
Okay. So what do you think of their visuals? You can go as specific as detailing one specific photo or as broad and do a summary, but what do you think of their visuals?
And while people think through their response, I just want to reiterate some of the responses to that already when people were talking about they really love the photos that she used. She just got a thumbs up on the photos, or maybe a thumbs up on the Black Ideas Matter, because that came from the same person. Some people really like the colors, the pastels, and then one of the newer comments on it is, I think they are clean and all are on brand. There's a good ratio of user-generated content, product shots, and text graphics. Someone mentioned it quite a few times that they love the vintage feel of the photos.
Next is, who do you think their competition is?
And just to make sure I give Paul's statement from before, he was saying that post as a whole makes me want to engage and seems like a brand for every woman. And then to the competition question, Western apparel stores is what we got from one response. They believe Western apparel stores is her competition.
Okay. And then would you, given everything you've seen on all of her platforms, would you sign up for her email newsletter? And why? Okay. In complete honesty, again, don't hesitate to just specifically inbox me or Magali, and we can read. Well, Magali, I'm sorry, inbox Magali, and we can read your answer as well. But would you sign up for her email newsletter, and why? Or why not? What's happening?
No, because I'm not certain I would make more than one purchase. Depends on how you define it. Lots of companies, no, lost of comps in the female empowerment space, but unaware of anyone doing exactly this kind of work with bandanas.
Yeah, I can't type. That was supposed to say lots of competitors in the female empowerment space, but nobody doing this kind of space. Sorry about that.
No, thank you for the clarification.
Okay. Any more comments?
Oh, I have one, and it's I probably wouldn't. I need to see more people that looks like me.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm scrolling through her Facebook shop, and I'm about to go to her website shop for the next question, which is, would you buy this product or any product sold by this company, and why or why not? Oh, y'all, my internet is not good. Okay, here we go.
My interest is definitely piqued because I really do like having the messages embedded in the cloth. Yes, a really cool gift to my nieces. Yes, custom ideas. Over on Facebook, I could see buying it as a meaningful gift for someone or to someone.
Okay. Great. Okay, the last things are for our discussion at the end. So, Miss Jennie Earle, could you just tell us about your business?
Tony, your sound is going off, so you're unclear right now. You're wanting her to tell us what?
Can you hear me now?
Keep talking. Let me see.
Oh. Hello, how are you guys doing today?
We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
All right. So we could just have Miss Jennie Earle talk about her company, why she started it probably, or just a quick story about it, who you're targeting, and your marketing information so far, such as your success, your failure, some strategies you have tried.
Okay. Hi, y'all. So I started this company almost 3 years ago. I did it because I had done some work in my life after going through some hard stuff that I found out I was much braver and stronger than I thought I was. And so I wanted to bring a product to the marketplace that women specifically, but anyone could hold and kind of do that work and know that I know they're braver than they think they are. So just somebody saying like, here, I have found my footing and I know you can too. And here's something that might help. So like a talisman, something that people could hold and do that work. So I thought back in my life to what made me feel that way. And it was my grandfather's bandanas. So he was always such an inspiration in my life where he didn't help me do things. He was like, you can do it, figure it out. So when I'm up against a challenge, I'm like, I can figure this out. We can do this. So bringing those and having a costume design background, I love dyeing fabric. And so these are hand dyed. I hand draw the illustrations and they all have the mantras on them. So we're selling, that message of be brave, giddy up, blaze a trail, roam free, those kind of things. So people can level up on their courage and really get in touch with just how capable they are to do the things they want to do in their life. We've had really good engagement on Instagram. I think that's our strongest platform. The digital marketing person that works with Jennie Earle is here as well, Kristen Bryant. So she can jump on as well and say that was always the platform that I got the most traction on and handed that over to her. She's been building more of a following on our Facebook page. That was something I didn't pay much attention to because my bandwidth was I can make the product and I can do one platform. So she's broadening us out and now, building our Pinterest, and that has kind of skyrocketed, which is fun. We're getting about 1,300 unique visitors from the Pinterest page to our website each week. So that has been a major success, and good job, Kristen, on that. And then Instagram, our followers just keep climbing. We've had the opposite reaction, I think, that a lot of people have had to COVID, where it has actually engaged more people in our business because they can double as a face mask. So our sales have been doing really well, but we've also seen people up their engagement and talk to us about what they're struggling with and stuff. So that feels good. Feel like we're building community.
Awesome, thank you. And so you were able to document the reactions from our audience, right?
Yep.
Great. So I think, how much time do we have?
Yes, we have about 10 minutes.
Yeah, for the next 10 minutes, there's two things that I want us to talk about as a whole. But beforehand, I just wanted to open the floor to me and Magali to give our opinions, because we did beforehand go through your sites and your platforms. And for me, like, just overall, if I could summarize what I think is could be improved with your marketing is that I personally feel like your branding and your marketing is completely separate. So like what your business personality is and the message you're getting across doesn't necessarily come off in your marketing, which is how you communicate your message. So, because I kind of heard it personally in the responses that I got from the words when I asked like what words come to mind. There was completely different spectrum. Some said Western, some said modern, some said European. So it's just kind of like, I think you did a great job with your Pinterest page or profile. And that's kind of like a branding tool in general. So like just whatever you guys do on your Pinterest page, just make sure that in your words that you use and the visuals that you use, that it's coming across in your marketing.
Okay.
Excellent feedback, Tony. And my feedback is in line with Tony with a little twist to it. I do think that your branding is excellent. I think your brand as a whole is phenomenal, and there could be some improvements in the marketing department. But for me specifically, I see your brand as it's for every woman. Like someone said in earlier, every woman should be able to see themselves through your bandanas and through your brand. But I don't see that in the marketing. Like I think I may see somebody that looks a little different sprinkled, and not just race. Like unless your specific goal is to reach women at a certain age. I know you have a target market of a certain age, but I think I should be able to send my 65-year-old mentor to your page and she sees something in herself. I should be able to have my 13-year-old niece go to your website and be like, I want that. You know, my mom should be able to think that she wants that. My next door neighbor, whomever, I think you get the point.
Yeah.
Someone in Sudan versus someone in America, as long as they're a woman, because I think the majority of your audience is women, should be able to see themselves. And in the same breath, for men, I think you can get men to see where they can get this for a woman in their life. So if you want to portray images of a man gifting this to a woman or whatever, or a woman saying how a male friend got something for her from you, whatever the case may be, I do think that you can still incorporate men to become a potential client or more heavily used client in your marketing. You know, I also think you can use this time, especially in the month of June, as we are celebrating LGBTQ month. I think you can consider the idea of making sure, I didn't see it and it may be there, but consider possibly having transgender represented and using because like I said, every woman should be able to see herself with a Jennie Earle scarf. So that's my feedback overall. And we have 8 minutes, Tony. Yes.
Okay, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did want to give you one more comment from Facebook as you shared your story, Jennie. This was actually from Alan, and he said that's a very inspirational story, so very inspiring.
Yeah,
thank you.
So the very last thing we're gonna do, if everybody could just mention one thing in the category of a SWOT analysis, right? So strength, either mention one strength, one weakness, one opportunity, or one threat that Jennie Earle, the company,
Tony
has in their marketing. And I will, what's up?
Tony froze a little bit, but we got you back. But I want to make a quick point. When we're talking about this, for everybody on the call, when we go through this quick activity, if you decide to do a strength or a weakness, those are internal factors, meaning those are things that Jennie Earle and her team can control. If you decide to provide her with an opportunity or a threat, those are things that are outside of her control, okay? So things that are outside of her immediate control, maybe something in the economy or something, but when you give your, whatever Tony asks you to give, just think of it from that way.
Now I'm gonna go first so I can mute myself and I can stop talking. But it's actually a weakness that I think is so easy to fix. I think you should definitely start adding way more video to your marketing, especially because Pinterest and Instagram seem to be your best platforms right now, and they both allow video now. So I highly encourage that.
And everyone else, you can feel free to unmute yourself if you want to provide either a strength, weakness, opportunity, or threat. If you decide to type it in the chat, we'll keep an eye on it as well, but you can do that. I'm just keeping that.
My sense is, and has been for a long time, that a huge strength is that Jennie is the brand, and that I think you ought to make it even more front and center because your story is really compelling.
I agree with Rick. Actually, he tried to steal my idea, so I'm reclaiming my idea. Your story is very inspirational. But the point that I was going to make also is that, like Rick said earlier, let me steal his idea. And maybe I don't know just because I don't know, but I don't know if anybody else is focusing on bandanas. And I think that's a strength that you can also use as a competitive advantage. If indeed nobody else is specializing in bandanas, position yourself as the market leader, market expert on bandanas.
Yeah, especially from in a domestic supply chain, like we're a hyper local production. So everything's American made, even the cotton grown and milled here. So we're proud of that.
Leverage that. That's important stuff
awesome.
that some
need
people
to hear that often.
Yeah.
People need to hear that often. That is a great well, that's a strength.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, it'll piss the people in Texas off, but who cares?
I think oh wait, I'll read the one from Facebook first. You have a strength from Facebook from Michael Banner again, and he shares that strength is the finger on the pulse of the community and vision for the future trends. Weakness is digital divide and low tech capacity. So finger on the pulse of the community and your vision for the future. He's saying those are your strengths, and then the weakness, he'll say, is digital divide and low tech capacity. Did I forget what I was going to say? I think my thought escaped me, but we have another one in the chat for you, and it's just an idea on product for the future. So I think this is an opportunity. I deal a lot with jewelry, and so I deal with where pendants hang on different women. You may want to consider varying neck sizes and create some longer bandanas. An 18-inch chain, which is a general standard length, can hang at very different lengths for different women. I imagine that the bandanas will have a similar issue.
They do.
That's something I would have never even thought of.
And head circumference is.
Yeah, weird. I would have never thought of that. That's great. And then were there any other? I think Paul just unmuted himself to say something.
Hopefully my mic is working this time. An opportunity that I saw, this may be the capitalist in me, just seeing that there was all different kinds of women, and on that, kind of piggybacking off what Magdalene said earlier about actually incorporating younger girls, and women in New York, women in different places, because the overall brand message can touch just about anyone. And as long as somebody can visually see themselves in there, it kind of, it doesn't put you guys in a box. I mean, you guys are, I don't think you guys are in a box already, but I think it's an opportunity to expand a little bit more, just having those type of photo ops that kind of shows different types of demographics.
That's great feedback. And there's a question that has come up now between like the clarity of the message or clarity of our brand vision versus showing a variety of ages and urban versus rural and all that. Like, how does that tie together, Magali? Or how can we do a better job broadening thing but clarifying the other?
I think, and this is just off the top of my head without me going into a deep dive of it, but I think that'll take a lot of you going back to the original vision and goal, and making sure before you try to intertwine, making sure that you understand, which I'm sure you do, your mission and your vision, and then you try to blend those together. So if it makes sense to kind of combine the rural and the whatever, which I think I'm feeling it does. I mean, we would have to talk beyond this because we have one more minute, but I think there's a way to do it. But you know, I want to be clear that when we do something like this, like you still go back to the purpose of your organization, the goal, the mission, the vision. So if we're saying something that sounds good, but it isn't the purpose or whatever of Jennie Earle, then you know, you don't have to feel pressure to say, oh my goodness, this is what they saw, but that goes back to knowing your target audience. Are we your target audience? You know what I mean? So you have to think about all of that before making these changes within your company. So I want to make sure we say that and not do you that disservice and say, she didn't implement anything we said. So we won't be offended at all. And if you want to talk through more of the other ideas, I'm happy to have a conversation. Tony, I'm sure is happy to have a conversation with your digital marketing team or person. We're more than happy to give 30 minutes to an hour to talk more in depth about it. And I'm sorry to cut it short. We're right at 1:30 and we try to do good because Alan is excellent with time. So we try to be like him sometimes. I do want to give a few quick closing statements. First, Jennie Earle, thank you for being the first company that we did we did visual audits last year where we only did visual things of your company, but thank you for being the first on our online marketing audit. If you are interested, we have some companies lined up for the next few weeks. If you're interested in being one of the companies, just send us an email at hustleWSinfo@gmail.com and we'll communicate back with you on what we would need and what that would look like. And we hope that you can join us next week. I do want to share that every week the questions may not look exactly like the week before. You know, we kind of base it on which company that we'll be auditing. So we hope that you can join us for next week's company and you have on your thinking hat because you're part of this process with us with the marketing audit. I mean, like I said, each week we'll probably give you 5 to 10 minutes in the beginning of some golden nuggets. It won't be a presentation, so be prepared to take some notes. If you didn't catch the notes, the earlier part of this presentation, send us an email and I'll send it to you because I have it. Lastly, don't forget, we are doing the registrations through Zoom this time going forward. So you want to get that Zoom link and register there. It's just, if you go to our Eventbrite or on our Facebook page, that bit.ly link takes you directly to the Zoom. So either way, you'll get to the Zoom, but that's the best way to register and be reminded of this every Wednesday at 12:30. Thank you guys again for joining us and have a great rest of the week. Bye.